Hey, what's up guys? This is Akshay from AS Learning and today we'll be doing an end-to-end project on BERT. So we will be creating a spam ham classifier, that is an email classifier using BERT. So first of all, let's try to understand what is BERT and why there is so much hype about it. So BERT stands for Bidirectional Encoder Representation for Transformers, and it's it's a model trained by Google on lots of datas, and it has given many state of the art results. In fact, the Google search which we see right now, it is using BERT actively, and in many other applications of Google we see BERT. Okay, so BERT works on transformer model, not a sequential based model, and we will be leveraging today BERT to create an email spam classifier. Okay, so without wasting any time, let's get started. The first thing which we need to do is we need to install transformers. So I just did a pip install transformers on my Google Colab. Once it's installed, I've imported some libraries. I've imported Torch. I'm using a PyTorch. I've imported transformers, okay, and some other libraries like NumPy, Pandas, and sklearn. Okay, so here I've picked the data set from UCI, that is SMS spam collection. Okay, so here we would be creating a SMS spam, not an email spam. Okay, my bad. So here we will be creating an SMS spam collection. Okay, so whenever any SMS comes to your phone, it automatically goes into spam or such kind of an application. Okay, when on the basis of the text from the SMS, it will be telling whether it's a spam or it's a ham. Okay, so ham stands for it's a normal message, it's not a spam message. Okay, so I have first of all loaded the data set on Google Colab, and then I'm reading the table. Okay, and this is how my data appears. So ham stands for normal SMS and spam stands for fishy and dicey SMS. Okay, so here I've picked up sample data, and the reason I'm picking sample data is because when I tried to train my BERT model on the entire data set of 5500 plus rows, it gave me a memory error and it wanted me to upgrade to Google Colab Pro. Because I'm using the Google Colab basic version, that is the only reason I'm training this model on 1000 entries only. Okay, so once that done, now what I've done is from my transformers I've imported a Distilbert, a Distilbert tokenizer, and my weights. Okay, so here what we're trying to do is we are using a Distilbert. What is Distilbert? Distilbert, you can try to understand as lightweight version of BERT. Okay, it's fast, as efficient as BERT, somewhat light. Okay, it makes speed computation very easy as compared to BERT. Okay, and here we will be training a spam classifier in this way, that first we will be using a Distilbert. After that, we will be using any classification ML model, any logistic regression or decision tree, and we will be combining these two models, and in this way we will be having a spam classifier. Okay, now from here I have picked up my model class, that is a Distilbert model, my tokenizer, we will be using the BERT tokenizer, and my weights. Okay, my pre-trained weights. Okay, so here I'm loading my weights and my model. So here I've loaded my weight and here my model. Okay, after that, the first thing which we need to do is we will be doing some amount of pre-processing. Okay, now what I've done is, we know that the SMS in my data set, if you see, it is entirely text. We need to convert into numeric, and we also need to convert our labels into numeric for our machine to understand it. Okay, so the first thing which I've done is I've applied tokenizer on it and I've encoded it. Now what happens in BERT is that it adds two separate tokens, that is CLS and SAP, at the end of each sentence, and with the vocabulary size, each of the words in that entire sentence gets converted into numeric form. Okay, and so here I've applied my tokenizer, I've encoded it. Okay, after that what I've done here is, now because the sentences can be of different length, some sentence can be of 50, 100, etc. Now what we'll try to do is we'll be applying padding. Okay, now what are the advantages of padding? With padding, what happens is that whenever you would be sending this entire batch of sentences to BERT for training, whenever they are of same length, it makes the task of BERT much easier and faster. Okay, that's why we are adding padding here. Okay, now I have just picked the maximum length of the sentence, and accordingly I have added the remaining parts of the sentences, and I've padded it with 0. Okay, so this is my padded numpy array, okay, of 1000 rows with 100 length. Okay, now I need to tell my BERT model that, okay, these entries are padded and these entries are not padded. Okay, for that I'll be adding an attention mask there. Okay, now this attention mask will be telling BERT that, okay, fine, the zeros are the padded ones, they are not the actual data. Okay, now once that is done, my data is ready to go as an input to my model, my PyTorch framework. Okay, now I have created a torch tensors of my input IDs and my attention mask. This is my attention mask and my input ID. Okay, this padded. Okay, now after that what I've done is I have just done with torch.nograd, and I've created my last hidden states. Now let's try to understand what is this. When you say torch.nograd, it actually means that it is deactivating the autograd engine. I've also mentioned it is deactivating the autograd engine. Eventually it will reduce the memory usage and speed computation, but the main purpose is that it won't be inferencing the results by using gradients. It will be performing the inferences without the gradient calculation. Okay, so without the gradient calculation, it will be finding out the insights and the inferences. That's why we are using here torch.nograd. And after that, I've just ran the model with my input IDs and my attention mask, and I'm getting the last hidden states. Okay, now let's try to understand. I had 1000 sentences. Okay, after that I had some tokens of each sentences, and I had some hidden states calculated. Now what happens in BERT is that the two tokens, we have two tokens added at the start and the beginning of each sentence, CLS and separator, that is SCP. So what happens is, at the place of CLS we get a combined representation of the entire sentence. Okay, now what we'll try to do is we'll just be picking the CLS token. Okay, now that is exactly what I've done here. I've picked my all 1000 sentences, my 0th CLS token, and my entire hidden state. That one CLS token would be a representation of the entire sentence. Okay, so that is what I picked here. And once that is done, I'm just doing mapping of my label. I'm mapping ham to 0 and spam to 1, and bang on. My features are ready, my target is ready, and then I can input this thing to any classification algo. Now what I've done is I've used your decision tree classifier. You can try others also, like logistic regression, more powerful algos like random forest or XGBoost. Okay, now I've done simple train test split. I've imported decision tree classifier, I've created object of it, and my fitment model, and the accuracy which I'm getting here is 92%. So very, very good accuracy. Now because this data set is a standard data set, you might find that, okay, by using not applying BERT also you can have this much amount of accuracy. But whenever the data is dirty and it's very scrambled, in such cases BERT will show its actual power to you. Okay, so this is what we did. We created a SMS spam classifier with the help of BERT. Okay, so if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with all your friends. Stay tuned to AS Learning for more such amazing tech stuff, and do check other AI end-to-end videos also. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, do share it with friends. and keep on spreading your love. Take care. Peace out.